Hey guys, AquaCow here. So I'm here with Mount & Blade Bannerlord, the follow-up game to Mount & Blade Warband, which was released 2.5 weeks ago. Ever since it was announced, I've been buzzing for its release, and so I'm going to share with you some of my first impressions of the game, and also some fun gameplay. Enjoy! I feel like the large-scale battles are really good in this game. I think they stand up a lot better than the first one. The first one, I didn't really have a lot of complaints anyway, but in this one they just look a lot cleaner. They look a lot more polished. I mean, just simply like when you're on a horse, you can ride through the battle. If you're kind of going fast enough, you can kind of dive straight through your army and straight through their army, as if you were on an actual horse in battle. You just kind of charge straight through your momentum. You can swing your sword while you go. You don't get trapped as you did in Warband, because when you would like charging in, you just kind of get stuck onto enemies. But this one you can just trot straight through with your momentum, which is a really good addition. It makes it a lot cleaner and a lot nicer to play as well. Also, yeah, it's just kind of generally, I think the commands are a lot cleaner. I think you've got a lot more commands you can make, which kind of help with the battle. And obviously, when you're battling, there's kind of areas where you can, like, especially in a big battle with allies, you can kind of take control of some section of the battle. So you can either take control of the cavalry or the archery or the infantry, and then you can kind of command them as you see fit. But also you get commands from the leader of the army who kind of tells you what to do, and you can kind of line them up with what their AI are doing, which is really cool. So it's kind of like a properly coordinated battle, which it just adds a little bit more of a technical element and a lot more tactics to it, which I really like. Okay, so this bit's pretty cool. You can see basically an after battle report. So I've been knocked out actually during this battle, so I can see the battle unfold, even though I'm not actually still in the battle. So in the old one, you kind of just got knocked out and that was the end. But this one, you're kind of seeing how many troops are still in the battle, which is the green one, the green number on the far left of these columns. So that's how many troops are left on either side. The next column along is how many each army is defeated. The next one's how many troops each army is going to have promoted. The next one's how many have died, and then how many have been knocked out and how many have been surrendered. You also see this screen when you just win in general. It pops up as well, so you can just view it afterwards as well. So here you've got kind of the prisoners and troops you can get after battles. So you can take prisoners into your prisoner section and troops into your troop section to kind of recruit them. And then this next bit is all your loot. So compared to the first one was you could only take one at a time, and they were in their own kind of squares. Each one was in a square, and then you could bring it over to your side, and you'd only have a very limited number of spaces you could have. Whereas this one, they all stack up. So you've got, like, you can clearly see the hashtag there is how many of each one there are, and then you can click on this arrow to kind of bring them across to your side. And you can view all the stats compared to your own armour and weapons while you're doing that. And then top right next to AquaCow's party, it says 286 out of 330, and that's how much space you've taken up out of how much you have available. I think this is a really good step up and improvement from the first one. So this bit's pretty cool. If you go onto here, then you can see the troop trees, so you can see what upgrades into what, so you can really clearly make your decisions as to how your army's going to be, and not do too many into one or the other, which is a little nice addition there. So this is a really cool addition if you talk to someone in a faction. So I'm talking to Adram of the Asuri, and yeah, you can kind of just talk to them, ask to join, and then they'll pay you a certain amount for every enemy you defeat. And it's pretty much as easy as that. So when you're fighting, you can actually go onto a menu where you can offer up certain items that you've got in exchange for getting away without fighting. So all I had was coins, and it wasn't quite enough. There's a little bar on the left that shows how much you need. So unfortunately, I didn't have quite enough. But obviously, if I had some items or prisoners or anything really, I can kind of offer that up in exchange. Which is quite a cool thing to do. So this screen here is where you can recruit troops. You just kind of Got them laid out fairly obviously there. It's kind of what tier they're at, how much they cost, what troops they are obviously, and then they kind of come up along the side there, and then you click done if you want to buy them. One problem I've got with the game is the insane loading screens. So if I take a walk around here, then this is how long you have to take to wait. So yep, still going, and it just lasts far too long. It's just ridiculous. You can't do anything while this is happening, and you just have to wait. And then if you make a mistake, you just have to leave again and try and wait another 25 seconds, and you've lost a lot of time on that, which is just very frustrating. They've got a cool thing called a clan in this one now, so you click on the clan tab and you can see yourself, and then you can see companions that you have travelling in your party, as well as the traits of those companions and the traits of yourself, and the skills which they all have as well, and kind of how much you're spending. So it's kind of a tab to have like everything about you, yourself and your party, and any sort of kind of thieves you have, or anything else kind of to do with you, your party and your land. You've kind of got all in one place, which makes it very easy to manage compared to the first one. So one of the main things I wanted to do when playing this game was to jump into a siege, because I've heard that they can be a bit buggy, but also they're pretty epic. They've made a lot of changes to it. And after playing for 8.5 hours and following armies around for about 4 of those hours, I managed to get into 0 sieges. So I decided to siege somewhere myself. Went up against the castle. I had about half the troops, but I just wanted to jump into one and see what it was like. Quickly realised I didn't have any siege weapons or kind of experience to do the siege with my character, so it went a bit wrong. My troops managed to get some ladders up in a different place that I thought they were going. I went right up to the door, they went round the side and put some ladders up. I found my way over there, headed in, and then I think the castles are a lot more fleshed out. There's a lot more kind of space in the castles. I didn't go around a massive bit of it, but there's kind of, you can go up and down the walls, you can go into loads of little rooms. It seems pretty cool, and then you can fight anywhere in there really. You can start fighting. It seemed really cool. I didn't get any bugs. I think that might have been because it was just me and against the garrison rather than a big scaled siege. I'm going to look to try and jump into one soon, because they do look pretty fun. But yeah, I think they look pretty good. If they're a bit buggy, I mean, early access, you can't really blame the game at the moment. They're working to fix it. But I think just how they look, and obviously you can get loads of siege equipment, you can get towers, you can get battering rams, you can just kind of, and then adding that to 600 people storming a city, it looks pretty fun, and it looks like it is going to be a great addition when I finally get into a big scale one. Personally, overall, I think the game's a success. Like, I can't complain a lot about anything. Obviously, there's bugs, but it's an early access game. It's going to happen. You're going to get bugs. You're going to get glitches. You're going to get a bit of lag from certain things. And I think, in general, really good game. Can't wait to see where it goes from here. Obviously, they're doing hotfixes and patches most days since it's been released. So, I mean, no complaints there. They're clearly on it. They understand it's early access and they're trying to improve it every day. It's kind of a really promising game, to be honest. Can't wait to see what happens in the future, and I will be playing a lot more.